Good morning. May 11, 2022 School Land Board meeting will come to order. Pursuant to Section 31.015 of the Texas Natural Resources Code, I'm chairing this meeting in Commissioner's absence as Chief Clerk of the General Land Office, as the Commissioner is away on state business. Should the Commissioner return prior to the conclusion of this meeting, I will relinquish the chair. May 11, 2022 meeting of the School Land Board is being held in person at 1700 North Congress Avenue, Stephen F. Austin Building, and by video conference call as authorized under Texas Government Code Section 551.125. Access to the meeting by members of the public was published in advance in the Texas Register in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Any member of the public who wishes to address the School Land Board should indicate so at the start of the meeting or during any public comment period. The last bit of housekeeping before we get started looks like items number 2A12 and 2B6 were pulled from the docket prior to the meeting. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the April 5th, 2022 School Land Board meeting. Since you've had a chance to review,
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, and carries unanimously to approve the minutes. Next item on the agenda is approval of the consent agenda. And item number 2A12 and 2D6 were pulled.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion is made, seconded, and carries unanimously to approve the consent agenda. Items number 3 and 4 will be in executive session. School Land Board will enter into closed session pursuant to Chapter 551, Subchapter D, Texas Government Code, Section 551.071. Consultation with its attorneys regarding matters involving attorney-client privilege information and legal issues associated with items number 3 and 4. Following the closed session, the board will reconvene in open session to conclude the docket.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
All right, open session of the May 11, 2022 meeting of the School Land Board meeting will resume with items number 3 and 4.
Good morning, everyone. Larry Hargrave with the Office of General Counsel. Item number 3 is consideration and possible action regarding a request by Diamondback E&P for a waiver of certain penalties for late payment of royalty. Staff recommends that the board approve Diamondback's request as discussed in executive session. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions from the board?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is made, seconded, carries unanimously to approve item number 3. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is item number 4.
Mr. Chairman, members, for the record, Rusty Martin, Chief Investment Officer of the General Land Office. Approval of this agenda item would constitute your approval of an investment by the General Land Office on behalf of the Permanent School Fund in NCAP Energy Transition Fund 2 LP. The IEC is recommending that TexGlow invest $300 million on behalf of the Permanent School Fund in EETF2. As a little background, EETF2 is a $2 billion closed-end commingled fund sponsored by Houston-based NCAP Investments. It's a leading energy investment management firm. And it's going to continue the strategy that was initiated by Fund 1, which is centered around making private equity investments focused on the decarbonization of the U.S. power sector and other opportunities created by the continuing global transition to a lower carbon energy system. As you're aware, we have a longstanding relationship with NCAP that began in 2007, has resulted in total original capital commitments of $1.09 billion across 6 funds and 1 co-investment vehicle. The EETF2 proposal was presented to and discussed with the TexGlow and investment management staff and the Townsend Group in meetings and conversations between January to April of this year by NCAP principals and the EETF management team. Investment management team subsequently performed due diligence on the fund during March to April of this year. In addition, NCAP principals and EETF team members made a detailed presentation to the IEC and Townsend on April the 11th Following that presentation, the IAC voted unanimously to recommend the proposed investment to the school land board. All members of the IAC were present and voted. In conjunction with this ongoing discussion, review, and analysis, investment management staff worked with Townsend and legal counsel to ensure that the investment fits within the framework of the Texaco PSF investment policy statement and is in the best interest of the permanent school fund. Therefore, the IC is recommending that school land board approve the investment of $300 million in NCAP Energy Transition Fund 2 LP. I would also note that your approval of the transaction is contingent upon investment management's completion of the negotiation and finalization of the legal documentation associated with the proposed investment. Having said that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
I
Rusty.
motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is made, seconded, and carries unanimously to approve item number 4. Thank you, Rusty.
Thank you.
There being no further business before the school land board, the meeting is hereby adjourned.